Hello, today we're going to talk about the others work portion of your science fair paper. The others work portion is used only for the 7th and 8th graders. If you are in 9th through 12th grade, you should stop watching this recording and go instead and watch the review of literature recording. So today we're going to work on our others work section. Prior to doing this, you should have already located the 5 articles that you need to complete the activity. Those articles of which 2 of them, or one to 2 of them can be general information, and 4 to 5 of them should be articles that are similar as far as looking at experiments, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. So we're going to start by opening up a new document, which I've already started. I'm going to make sure that my font size is Times New Roman 12. I'm going to title my document Others Work, then type my name on it so that I have my name on my paper to turn in. And then I'm going to find my first article. And the first article that I found is a general information article, and it's types of fishing line. And I'm going to need to figure out how to cite that. And when we're citing our sources, we need to cite using APA, which there is a tutorial on how to cite using APA on there. Or you can go to the citation machine, and I'm going to click on APA. And then I'm going to do the fast way, which is if I click here on website, come over here, and I'm going to copy and paste my website into my citation machine for APA. It's going to search the website. What? Apparently, it didn't find the information it needs, so now I need to manually create my citation, which is absolutely okay. So the article title is right here, types of fishing lines. So I'm going to type in types. Well, I'm going to try and type it in the right spot, though. Types of fishing line. I'm going to type in types of fishing line, and then I'm going to look and see if there's an author, and there isn't, so I can skip that line. Then I'm going to go to the website title, which is Take Me Fishing. My URL is the website. Oh, that's why, because I didn't get the entire thing in there. Types of fishing line, right here under the URL. The date I accessed it is the 2nd of November 2016. There's no publishing date on here, and there's no it is Recreational Boating and Fishing Foundation is the sponsor or publisher. And then I'm going to hit Create Citation. I'm going to copy it by clicking on Copy. Then I'm going to go back over here to my document, and I'm going to hit Control-V for Paste, and there it is. So I'm going to start by citing my article. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your citation for your article done in APA. Then you're going to summarize that article, and you're going to summarize that article in a minimum of 2 paragraphs. That's 2 paragraphs of at least 5 sentences each. So you're looking for a minimum of 10 sentences about each source. So I'm going to start with my summary will be, let's see here, what can I say about it? The types of fishing line discussed in this article are, And then I'm going to continue to summarize everything that I read. So you're summarizing. So you need to use those traits that you have learned in English class to summarize your reading. Now, this one, there's plenty of things for me to talk about for 10 sentences. If you found a source that doesn't have enough space for 10 sentences, then you need to make sure that you find a different resource to be talking about. So on your review, I'm going to have my 2 paragraphs, my 10 sentences about types of fishing line. Now remember, you can only do 1 to 2 of your 5 resources can be general information, general knowledge. The remaining ones have to be experiments that are similar to yours. And they can be similar in the fact that they can be solving a similar problem. So say, for instance, you're doing an experiment about dog treats. You could find some similar experiments that were done using horse treats and cite that as your source. But what you want to talk about in there is you want to identify the problem they solved. So what were they actually trying to solve? How did they conduct their experiment? And last but not least, what did they learn? And you can also, if you need more room to fill up your 10 sentences that you have to do, you can also put in there, how can you use it? And I would only do that if you need to fill up your 2 paragraphs. But for the majority of them, you want to focus on the 3 things. What problem did they solve? How did they conduct their experiment? And what did they learn from the experiment? And once again, you have to have a minimum of 2 paragraphs with a minimum of 5 sentences per a paragraph. You can have 5. If you find a good experiment, you can totally do that. The other thing, that this is just a Mrs. Williamson requirement. It's not actually part of the, if you're doing or reading this because you want to participate in the National Agri-Science Fair or the State Agri-Science Fair, you don't have to do this, but I am requiring my students to do this. At the very bottom of your review of literature, or the last page, you're going to be inserting a bibliography or works cited, and with that you're going to list all of the sites that you were on or that you visited. Even though you only have to talk about 5, I want a minimum of 10 projects that you talk about. So if I go to here and I typed in fish line weight, and I looked at this one, but I didn't use anything from it, but I did read through it because I had to read through it to see if it was something that pertained, then I would then cite this using that citation machine that I showed you earlier and put it down here as our trails.com retrieved on November 12th, 2016, etc. Remember, you have to have 8 to 10 sources in addition to the ones above. If you have any questions about what you need to do after watching this video, make sure you come in, and I would be glad to help you write your others work paper.